So, how did your relationship with Scotty and the whole Cool Club? How did that come about? Were you there from the beginning?
Man, I've been there for a while. Not the whole beginning of Scotty's like career, but like I moved out here in '09.
Mm-hmm.
I probably linked up with Scotty in 2010, 2011. Yeah, around there. But I was out here. I had a music blog. Like it was called Apartment K. You know, and I had moved out here and I was just trying to get on the scene, so I started a music blog. And I was just hitting different events around the city. I had my camera, me and my partner Lo, you know what I'm saying? We just in these different little bars like Smith's Old Bar, East Atlanta Village, just checking out these shows and just trying to like get, you know what I'm saying, engulf ourselves into the scene around here. And so like I had I don't even know how I got even to Scotty, but I got through his music. And like I was like, damn, I'm fucking with this shit. This is like some real southern, you know what I'm saying, real old school Atlanta, but it's got its own thing. So I had reached out to him one night and pulled up to him on the show. And shit, we just been rocking. He didn't even know like I was doing graphic and stuff back then. I just pulled up on him like the blog. I just wanted to get some content. And we just started chopping it up, and like after a while we started working with him a little bit more. My partner Lo was doing a lot of work with him as far as like on the road with him. I was doing some graphic stuff when he needed. And I think it was 2013 we hooked up, and I worked on the artwork for his F.A.I.T.H album. And so that was kind of like a turning point in everything, because that album was for him, it catapulted him into the next level of his career. Just, it was a highly like anticipated project. It was him and DJ Byrne one. That's who produced the whole tape. So it had a lot of dope underground features like Starlito, you know, this Young Dolph was on there, like who else was on that tape? Starlito, Dolph, Cuz Lightyear, he was SL Jones, KD, like all these people was in the same circle, you know what I'm saying, running. And so like after we did the F.A.I.T.H mixtape, it got like mixtape art of the year in 2013 for XXL magazine. It was like one of the best mixtapes of that year. XXL magazine, so like, man, I mean, that was a turning point, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go out and even say that cover is probably half of the reason, or even more, why I clicked on the project. If I think, well, let me say it this way: if somebody wasn't familiar with Scotty's music and they saw the cover for F.A.I.T.H, that's gonna draw them in.
True that.
That's gonna make them take that mouse and push play, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so what was the mind frame? What inspired that cover art, man? Because it's real dope.
Man, like,
and you got recognized in XXL for it.
Yeah. That was a dope experience. Like, the idea behind it was F.A.I.T.H, Forever Atlanta in the Heart. You know, it just wanted to do something that kind of like represented Atlanta. And like, I'm not from here, but like I've been following Atlanta. Like everybody really been following Atlanta for the last decade or so, 2 decades, because they just been kind of the gatekeepers of it. But I just wanted to do something that was one dope, one that represented Atlanta, and something that was classic. And so like all the classic album covers that I like and that I thought were dope, like the Doggy Style album cover, like
it's a classic for sure.
Like Too Short old album covers, like there were these illustrated covers with a lot going on. It was just like you just looking around, just trying to see everything that's in the cover. So that was the approach I took with it, and so I just kind of like.
Did you draw it?
Yeah, I hand drew.
Okay.
And hand painted it. Like, it's crazy how fast technology and shit be moving. Cause like even then, that was like what, 7 or 8 years ago, and like I was doing like a lot of hands on stuff now. Like now it's a lot of stuff digital. Like I can just pull my iPad out and draw a lot of stuff. But yeah, I drew that. I hand drew that, and I was scanning stuff in.
Wow.
I was painting, you know, scanning stuff in and just building it up. And I take it in Photoshop. I edited it. But like I went out, I was scouting. I took pictures of like Ebenezer Church. I took pictures around the city just to really get that feel of the city. And so like I just brought all that together, and you know what? Like I said, it did what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the dopest, like, I guess illustration based covers I've seen. I know I've seen like Big Crit got some dope ones. I think did you do KD's Green Acres cover?
I did Green Acres.
Cause it kind of gives you that similar feel as a Faith.
Yeah.
So I mean, so saying that, so aside from Scotty and KD, who are some other people that you've had a hand in their cover art, just their illustration, their art, graphics?
Like I said, Scotty mostly here. You know what I'm saying? Like is one big artist. KD, he's definitely like a good partner of mine, and he believes in what I do, and I believe in what he do. So like I'm always working with him on artwork. I definitely done just a lot of graphic stuff around the city, you know what I'm saying? But my first big cover, I think, to me was big, because like I said, I had been following it, was a Crit. Like my partner, DJ Break 'em Off, you know.
That's your partner?
Yeah, we grew up together, like,
okay,
you know what I'm saying, down the same street, like,
man,
literally.
You connected, man.
So, like, Break 'em Off was, you know what I'm saying, he was working with Crit on some stuff, some mixtapes. So, like, The Last King,
I remember
the Last King cover, like, that was a cover I did. It was kind of like a lot of my early work, so it was like some graphic design stuff, but I was excited, because, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it just was dope to work with.
That's dope,
you know what I'm saying, work with them. But, like, for us now, like I said, mainly, you know what I'm saying, it been Scotty and a couple of artists, like I said, around the city, you know what I'm saying, like, that I know how to mess with an artwork.
So how do you go about, you know, coming up with your designs, and what's the process? Is this like something that takes hours, days? Are you drawing at first, then going to the computer? What's the process? If you can just briefly break it down, you know.
Now, it depends on, like, the artist, you know what I'm saying. And sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a business, and you know what I'm saying, it's an art to it at the same time. So like it depends on the project sometimes. Like if somebody have a really dope project, you know, like I think one of the dopest, another dope project that I worked on, I did like when I first got up here, was with the homie Coolest Mac. Coolest Mac. And he had a
shout out to him, man.
Yeah. He had a project called the Underground Grammy, and he wanted to do like this Grammy trophy, but it was like a carrot or something. So like it was dark, like, man, yeah, let's do this shit. So like it was like this hand, and it was like pulling out this Grammy from the underground. But like I just like to say, it just depends on the idea, you know. And like now I got technologies, like, so I do a lot of stuff digitally, you know what I'm saying now. But sometimes I if it called for it, I'll do some hand, you know what I'm saying, some hand drawn stuff and mix it in. But it's kind of like, I just kind of feel it, you know what I'm saying, feel it out. It's not a set process of kind of how I work, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, so, for anybody who's checking this out who may be interested in art, like a young brother, youngsters, just some youngsters, or maybe some people doing it now, would you encourage them to jump into this field without a backup plan? Or
I mean, you definitely got to go with your heart, you know what I'm saying. It's crazy. Scotty, I would tell him that's what David Banner, I would tell him. He was like, every time he gets some advice for you, tell him you got to go with your heart, you know what I'm saying. So like, if it's in your heart and you kind of feel like, hey, I ain't supposed to be doing nothing else but this, go into it, you know what I'm saying. You definitely want to have backup plans and everything in life, you know what I'm saying, like, but at the same time, it's something you passionate about, you know, you just got to jump in there with it, and, you know what I'm saying, like, but, you know, as a designer, especially a graphic designer, illustrator, freelancing, it's a rough business, because it's not like you getting a paycheck every week, you know what I'm saying. It's not like you going somewhere to clock in. Like everything you get, you got to get it, yourself. You got to. So it's gonna be some weeks you gonna hit it hard, and you got clients and projects out your ears, and then it's gonna be some weeks where it drop off. You know what I'm saying? So like, you just got to know that in coming into this field, that you determine, you know what I'm saying, your success. And like, freelancing, it's a wave. It's an up and down roller coaster. You just got to know how to manage time and money to, you know, sustain yourself through the little low points to when it get back high, you know what I'm saying, high again. So yeah, but I definitely would tell anybody, man, yeah, do it. Like, the arts is needed, creative people are needed.
Okay, so we talked about a few different pieces you worked on, but somebody checking this out, if they want to get a flavor of what you bring to the table when it comes to graphics, where can they go to just check out some of your work?
You definitely can check out my Instagram at 37. That's got a lot of my work on there, and my website, Arts and Crafts. You know what I'm saying? Arts and Crafts with a K. It has a lot of paintings and stuff I've done on there, but mostly I would say probably now, just because everything is so digital and accessible, man. Yeah, my Instagram, like everything's on there. Like you can get a whole glimpse of my style, of what, from graphics to paintings to everything. I put everything on there just to kind of. I use it kind of like a gallery almost. You know what I'm saying? Just of my work. So yeah, that's definitely.
So outside of that, you said that you are a husband and a father.
True that. Definitely.
Just talk about, you know, balancing that with the demanding career, like, you know, being a graphic designer, freelance graphic designer.
Yeah, it's definitely a great thing, you know what I'm saying, to have a family to be there, you know what I'm saying, and support you and believe in what you know what I'm saying, doing, especially in a field like a creative field, because it's a hard field to be in, especially now. It's a lot of people doing, you know what I'm saying, creative, you know what I'm saying, arts and graphic design. So to have somebody, you know what I'm saying, have my wife who just, you know, really believes in what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, even though sometimes it may not look like, you know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing, but like, I know it's an end goal and I got a purpose, and like, having that is it mean everything. And then just having kids on top of that, that's the motivation, you know what I'm saying, like, to know that, hey, they are dependent on you, you know what I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, they depending on you to make whatever happen, you know what I'm saying, they don't care how it get done, they just want it, you know what I'm saying, so like, that's that motivation to get up every day and be like, alright, man, today is another day. Yesterday may have been bad for you, but you got to get up, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep pushing, and you got to make this happen for your family. So like, just that alone, it outweighs any cons, you know what I'm saying, I have. But like, it's definitely a challenge just balancing, because like me, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I got my son like 24/7, you know what I'm saying, we's right there. So like, I have to take my daughter to school in the morning, and I do a little work, then I jump to him. So I'm like, I'm always kind of moving, you know what I'm saying, moving. So like, it can get, you know what I'm saying, it can get challenges like anything else, but I think it's inspiring at the same time to know that, hey, in the end, that they're gonna look back and they're gonna say like, damn, Daddy did some great shit, you know what I'm saying, like, he did some legendary shit, like, he was really putting in the work and putting in the grind, and like, that's what it's all about for me.
No,
so.
for sure.
Yeah.